Hello YouTube. It is the month of October, and those of us who practice the craft, those of us who are pagan, those of us who practice some religion that is similar to paganism and witchcraft, we know that this is the time where the veil between the worlds has become very, very thin. And what we like to do is we like to take advantage of the fact that the veil has become very thin. Now there are many ways you can take advantage of this. One of the things you can do is you can build an ancestor altar. And building an ancestor altar is relatively easy. All you need to do is find yourself a good sturdy table, a white tablecloth, and pictures of your ancestors. And by your ancestors I mean your aunts, your uncles, people who have passed away. Take those pictures and place it on your altar. And any member of your immediate family that have passed away, and especially if you're really, really close to them, place them on the altar. And when you place them on the altar, also one of the things you want to do is you want to take pictures of your friends, people who you were close to in this lifetime. Place them on your altar also. And now one of the things I will say is don't place any living being on your altar. You want to only have people who have passed over into the next life on your altar. So that's very important. So take these pictures. Also, you can take pictures of people who you revere, people who were into the craft that you have a connection to. Like me, it would be Cersei, or the Witch of Endor, or someone on that level that I would be particularly attuned to. So you want to take those pictures also and place them on the altar. And anytime you have any problems or you need advice, go to your ancestor altar and ask for advice. Now the reason why I say do this is because, especially when it comes to your ancestors, you want to do this because your ancestors care more about you than anyone. You are the combination of every effort they made in their life to make this world a better place. They are looking out for you because you have their DNA in them, that you have a part of them in you. So definitely you want to place them on your altar and ask for advice. And the same is similar to the witches of old. There's an old saying, never a witch alone. And even if you're practicing solitary, you're not a witch alone, because there's a greater coven that doesn't lie in this world but lies in the other world, that has always been there and have always been there for witches. So having pictures of witches who have passed on, or great spiritual leaders too who have passed on, placing them on your ancestor altar and getting in touch with them is a very powerful thing too. So you don't want to forget that. Also, you want to feed your altar, and by feeding the altar you're also giving thanks to your ancestors and people who you revere, your close friends who have passed away, because there should be some type of payment for services rendered. You want to not forget about these people, and leaving, burning incense, leaving food on your altar, leaving cups of coffee on your altar. That is something that the spirits like, and yes, they do feed off these things. So if you do that, you place them on your ancestor altar and do these type of things daily, you'll be surprised of the connection that you have with the other side. Now, most of my friends who practice the craft and who are into necromancy, we know that the veil for us is always thin, because we're always working with our ancestors, we're always working with the spirits of the dead. So this is something that we always know, but it's particularly thin this time of the month. So you definitely want to do this, and the great time to do this, one of the best times to do this, is Samhain, Halloween. So definitely you don't want to pass that up. Also, those of us who practice lucid dreaming, we know that the dead also visit us in dreams. So you want to take advantage of that fact also. You want to get more involved in lucid dreaming. And by lucid dreaming, I mean having a dream when you actually know that you're dreaming and you sort of wake up in your dream. It's a difficult thing at first, but once you get the hang of it, it can be a very powerful thing when you do your magic. And one of the things I've noticed is when you're aware that you're dreaming, you're aware of the fact that everything in your dream is not produced by you. You're not your dream is not something that comes directly from you all the time. There are people who visit you in your dreams. Your ancestors visit you in your dream. Your spirit animal visit you in your dream. So you want to be conscious of that also. So that is another aspect of the veil between the worlds and how you can access it for your benefit. Now, me personally, another thing that I do is I place my altar in the west, and when I do my magic, I face the west when I do it, because the west represents the unconscious mind. It represents the spirit. It represents dreams and things of that nature. So if you are a person who experiments in placing your altar in different places, during this time of the month, place it in the west and see what happens. Okay, so that's about it. I just want to do a quick video on what I do during Samhain and sort of give you guys advice on what you should do during this time of the year. It's cool to go out and have fun with your friends, celebrate Halloween and dress up and party or whatever, but don't miss out on this unique opportunity to really get in touch with your ancestors, to get in touch with the spirits that are out there. It's a unique opportunity. You should not pass it up. And one of the things I do want to stress is when you do this, when you when you build your ancestor altar, and when you ask the spirits for help, and you ask the ancestors for help, or something similar, leave a payment. Leave a cup of coffee on the altar. Leave some fruit on the altar. Burn incense. Thank your ancestors. Thank the spirits. I think there should be more of that in the pagan community. More of thanking the ancestors and thanking the spirits, and even in the gods also. Doing this is very, very important, and you will find that when you do this, your results and the magic that you do will be a lot better. Okay, so that's about it. I hope you guys have learned something and have a very safe and pleasurable Samhain. Until next time, love is the law, and peace.